What is up, everybody? It's that time of the week. I'm trying to keep this as always on Monday or Tuesday, but it is time for the Slash All podcast. Get to review week three. A little bit of changes to the standings. Some of our top teams really hitting strides. And then, secondly, Brendan is not here this week, so I have two new people with me. We got RJ Jester, or is it just R Jester?
Our Jester,
Our
it's fine.
Jester. Um, our Jester here, one of the moderators here for the server, was also on Team Tom Kinch Line Cooks. And then our first team captain spotlight here with Sinja from Infernal Wolf Esports. How are you feeling today, Sinja?
I'm feeling pretty good.
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be number one in something? You're the first team captain lined up for the podcast.
Yeah, it feels great, man. I'm the first guest on the podcast, first captain now. Let's go.
All of the above. Just maybe
Yeah.
not first in the standings.
Not yet, not yet. We're
Ooh,
we're giving the other teams hope.
good to hear. Because some teams really need it, don't we?
For the first time ever, everything's steady. I have no news or notes for the league. No teams dropping out or anything like that. The smallest detail is Goon Squad White uh traded a substitute to Goon Squad Blue, so their subs have been swapped. The smallest minute change we've had in the entire server. It was a peaceful week at Slash All. So with that, we'll just go into the recap. Goon Squad Blue hasn't played their game yet for week three. That got pushed back with the new Tom Kinch Line Cooks coming in, pushed their game back to going to be tonight. So that is the one game pending. But with that, we can hop right in. TSI versus Goon Squad White played just last night. Got to hop over to Misery's Twitch channel. Does a lot of stuff for our fellow team server Animal Kingdoms. So we got to watch them there. And did you either you guys get to watch the matches? It did go to game
Uh,
three.
no, I believe I didn't.
Yeah, sadly I was also busy at the time of the match, but I heard it was a banger that went to 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got to
Heard it was
go
a
all the
three.
way to the three games. Really got to see somebody pop off. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. I put my stuff out of order. Misery
Uh-huh.
came into the league late, so this was Misery and TSI playing out Misery's week one game since they joined the server late. But it was a banger one. Went to three games. So that was their week one game for their standings. TSI also played Goon Squad White for their week three match. And that is where we are. In the notes to my other two people part of the Hissing podcast, I'm sorry that I went off script.
No
It's all
worries,
good.
man.
But yeah, Goon Squad White did not go to three games. They kind of hard smurfed TSI. I think we saw the biggest taunt yet so far at the last second in the last game. It's Gecko sold all his items and bought I think six shields. Ended the game
Yep.
with Malphite with a ridiculous amount of armor and just kind of it was the BM face in the dirt moment for TSI who have been struggling yet to pick up a win here. Um, but outside of that, it was pretty normal. Their new jungler Bud Light Drinker did kind of get to pop off 10-5, but wasn't able to carry it out over to win. But it's cool to see their sub coming in and kind of getting some traction here in the league, picking up kills left and right, playing the Kindred both games. Highest DPS there for them. Um, so if we went down a little bit farther, we have Ward Seekers versus Misery, uh, Infernia Esports versus Inferno Wolf. Um, were you guys able to catch any of these games?
I was in one of
Yeah,
them.
and one of
And
them, tell us about it.
and I
Well,
watched said game, so I'd like to hear your opinions as the player that was part of it.
so I'm not gonna lie, right? Comparing it to like other games that we've witnessed, the early games were a lot like last season's finals of Goblins versus TBG, where my team got ahead every early game, but in 2 out of the 3 games, we just couldn't translate it into a win. So they got the best of us as the game went on.
I like that you compared it to that finals because the factor that kept you out of the game was smokestacks. The guy pretty much went legendary on the Gwen pick. And to reference it back to last year's finals, like the Dreadnick, just the top lane gap was pretty big to try to close the distance. And we saw the same thing here in this week matchup. Smokestacks came out here and he came out for blood.
Yeah, he was.
He
If
really
I'm,
popped off on like in almost all of the games to my memory.
yeah, he was putting in quite the work up top. Quite the unfortunate turn of events for. Is it Ayuka, your top laner, or
Yeah,
is? Yeah.
Um,
Ajuka.
we'll circle back and have a little segment. Where we'll just talk about your guys's. But if I understand right, was that an Orn mid we got to see this week?
Yeah, it caught me by surprise too.
And
Yeah,
week 3 we
I've never
really
seen
got to
that
see the
before.
champion pool go deep.
True.
I mean they weren't the only one who did something weird. Earlier, so that was the week 3 matchup there. For context, Smoke Stacks is the top laner for Infernia Esports. So they pushed Inferno Wolf to 3 games that took away the dub over the match. So the other match that we're gonna skip over to is Ward Seekers versus Misery. Another 3 game matches. So we get to see more and more games go, or more and more matches go to game 3. And this one we got to see my favorite niche pick, the Kog'Maw, come out. Translated, didn't translate to a win for Misery, but we got to see my little bug come out. And then this matchup, we got to see kind of Misery come together as a team and form their team identity. 23 Cruel moved around the map, had a massive presence even in the game they lost, picking up 5 kills, trying to keep his team into it. And a lot of the lanes just wait for 23 Cruel to arrive and have a lot of ganks set up for it. Uh, any stats stick out to you two looking at these 2 matches? I'm a huge data guy, so like you're looking at a Belveth support that went 1-5. The pick probably didn't work.
What I do remember from Misery is there was recently drama afoot. I don't know if you heard, but they had to swap their mid laners due to the mid laner people lists breaking the rank capped. So
Yeah,
currently we have for Misery Black Frost instead of people list.
yeah. I
Apart
mean,
from that, I don't know what to say. Misery is looking like a strong team.
yeah. I should put that in news and notes, but since that happened just last night, I almost missed it. Thanks, RJ. Yeah. So it is going to be Black Frost in for Misery in the mid lane. But I mean, he showed up last night on the Lux pick against TSI. They still walked away with a win against TSI overall. So there is our rundown real quickly. What went down in week 3. Gonna pull over the standings here real quick. Um, Boom, boom. I do believe that now we still have um, at the top of the standings is going to be um, Good Squad Blue up there at um, 2-0. We'll see if Tom Kench Landkicks can knock them down. They haven't played, but Ward Seekers was knocked down. Now it's 2-1, and Misery coming out here also kind of skyrocketed up in the standings. Now is 2-0. They need to play one more matchup um, to catch up to the league, and then kind of there at the bottom you have TSI and Tom Kinch Line Cooks, the 2-0. Middle of the pack, Infernal Wolf Esports, the 1-2, correct?
Yeah.
So, got a decent spread there. Really impressed with Misery's ability to come in here and just skyrocket to the top. Do you guys think these line up with your power standings? Or do you
No.
think. No? Alright, spit it off. Tell us.
All right.
You've got some salt to spread, I see.
Woo! All right. So
You got 11
I
viewers.
think
We have 11 viewers right now. We'll see how many people
how many
Senja
of
makes
them are?
mad.
Yeah, I'm about to like make a lot of people angry. I think the power rankings for number one should be tied right now.
Between the Goon Squad Blue
Between-
and Ward Seekers?
No, Infernia.
And Fernie. Oh, yeah. They're.
The only reason Infernia is 2-1 right now is because they came in and replaced a team that lost prior.
So you think they belong up there with Ward Seekers?
Honestly, I think that they'd be above Word Seekers.
I think he's making an argument for being the second best team, or if not, tied for
Yeah.
the best team with Goon Squad Blue.
Infernia is probably the best team, if not if not that, probably second best.
I might have to update my standings here. According to chat. Yellow Goons here. I'll fact check myself after the podcast and post correct standings afterwards, but it sounds like Misery has dropped a game, and I think looking here they did drop a game to Infernia Esports, so you might be onto something that they belong up there. Why do you have them as your number one power ranking?
I've I've obviously played against them myself.
And got gapped.
Whoa, calm down there, buddy. Those are
Let's-
some fighting words. But
Those, yeah.
as someone who's played against them myself, they're like, I don't know how to word it right now, but they play like a team. They play more like a team than any of the other teams in this league. And I honestly think that their synergy, along with like their individual skill, is enough to take them to number one.
I would have to agree with that assessment, especially from what I saw in this last week. They were playing the map correctly. They were setting up their players to succeed, and they were performing on the picks with a few hiccups here and there, as expected for our skill level. But overall, I would have to agree that Inferni and Goon Squad Blue have shown overall to be the best two teams currently we have on the league.
So if you're putting them up there, because Fernia is able to play the map, and like it's an objective based game. It doesn't matter how many times you kill somebody if you get Drax stacked against you. Why do you put Goon Squad Blue up there? What does that team do so well?
Well, so Goon, this fella, during the off season, Pimboy got every single new agent in the entire league, so he just has like an army of players, like all the talent.
It's the C9 effect.
Yeah,
Oh.
he just recruited everyone.
Can
The
we
T1 effect, Peter said.
the
Everyone
Goon
wanting to play
effect?
for the big org.
Yeah, so like he's bound to get some good players. He has gotten some pretty good players. The players have all performed multiple times throughout multiple games.
I'm not gonna be able to get this out of my head. It's the goon effect.
like
We'll have to see. Because like you say that that's what Goon did, but the team is split up between Goon Squad Blue and Goon Squad White, and White has been doing kind of mediocre here in the league a little bit. Hasn't been as explosive as a team, so it's not so much what players you have, but also how well those players play well together, like play together as one.
I'm
Um,
not taking a shot at any of the Goon Squad White members, but there's a chance that one the teams might be a little lopsided.
so
Um,
so come not next week, because fun fact, we're about 2 weeks out right now from our mid-season tournament crossover episode with Animal Kingdoms, where we'll have the top two teams from our league play against the teams from the Animal Kingdom league. So keep your eyes out for that in the Discord and on the Twitch. Mid-season tournament is on the way. But after that, right before that, week 5,
mhm.
Infernia Esports, Goon Squad Blue. Who you got money on?
Infernia.
I would, with this current at this current point in time, I would have to give the slight nod towards Infernia. Although Goon Squad Blue by no chance is just hopeless. They
Yeah, they're like
still,
not a pushover at all.
yeah, they still have a good chance. I would say it's a
I would say it's like 55,
55-45.
45. Yeah,
We are just in sync, aren't we?
yeah.
Okay, there it is. Well, we'll have to put a really big spotlight on that. Put it on your calendar when that game gets scheduled, and we'll, maybe we break that record of. I think we had 36 viewers for season 1 finals, so maybe we break our record there for Goon Squad Blue versus Infernia week 5. But that's enough about Infernia. We have Sinja, first team captain here. I want to start doing this as this podcast goes on a little bit more. You know, get to know these teams, and so I'm just gonna hand it over a little bit to you, Sinja. Tell us a little bit about you. How did you come to put together
Huh?
a season 2 team? Anything about the team that you want to throw in there? Like history with it. Where did the Infernal Wolf name come together?
Um, wow, okay. So I knew after season 1 that I wanted to make a new team. So I started to look for players. It became really hard. I'm really lucky that I found Letters because he basically found everyone else. And honestly, this team probably wouldn't be together without him. He'd probably be better at giving a backstory of the team itself than I would be, to be honest. But yeah, after a few hitches, we haven't had our full roster until like our last week game against Infernia. So not too much I want to say about them right now. All I know, all I want to say is this team has a really nice environment, and I really like it. And I do think that we have what it takes to win this thing.
Okay. Um, is it that team environment that you think makes the team so unique that they would be number one?
Team environment, communication, overall skill of like the individual members. Like I'm really satisfied with it all. More
Yeah,
than satisfied, actually.
very cool to come together. Um, if you had to do a high school yearbook caption for each one of your players, what would it be? I think,
Oh man.
man, like class president, obviously, based on this conversation, would go to letters. What else are you handing else out to everybody else?
Like Rose?
Yeah.
Man, I honestly I'd give King our jungler like like class clown, you know? Like I don't know, he always finds a way to like make us laugh in games.
that's King. That's your jungler, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
The support is like, hmm, how would I explain this?
Hopefully, good things only,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
How
He's like
do
kind
I
of
put somebody in the dirt
he's like
nicely?
he's like a cool quiet type, you know? Like I don't really know how else to explain. I don't really know him all that well, so I might be wrong. But in the next few weeks, I hope to get to know him a bit better. Our top laner, he's just like the smart kid, you know? I don't know. Like from what
Most
I've seen, he
likely,
seems like really
most likely to succeed in life, be a
The
millionaire.
honor,
yeah,
Most likely to be a millionaire.
the honors roll
yeah.
kid.
True. And then there's me. I'm like the dunce, you know?
And you can't give
So
Uh,
Klaus Clown to two people. That's not how it works.
I said dunce, not clown.
It's not synonymous.
Apparently not.
I'm most likely to fail in life. Let's put it
Oh
like that.
no, 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 no. We're not here. We're
No,
not
no,
here
no, no,
for
no.
being self-deprecating. I would.
No, no, no. I think you would be the high roller. You just go to Vegas and you bet
Oh
it
yeah,
all
just
on one
gamble my
chip,
life away.
and sometimes you'll hit big and be happy, and otherwise it's just
Depression.
Vegas. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, that is Infernal Wolf Esports. This is Senja, the team captain for this team. Um, we got the little bit of a review, and then we got the section. So go ahead and start throwing in any questions you have, league related, esports related. I know the LEC just wrapped up, maybe, but whatever you want for the people listening live, just let us know in chat, and we'll
Wait,
respond to those questions real shortly. But week 4 recap: Goon Squad versus Infernia. This is being Goon Squad white, not blue. It's Gecko's team. I don't even feel like I have to ask you guys who you're handing this game over
ooh.
to.
See, I think that Infernia is gonna like give White a bit of a whooping. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't. It might be close, but I'm kind of expecting it to be a bit of a stomp.
Yeah, based off power gains, we made that pretty well known. So we'll just go on into the second one: Infernal Wolf versus Ward Seekers. How are you feeling about your next week matchup?
That game is actually getting delayed.
Okay.
So yeah, our times couldn't match up at all because we're East Coast almost all throughout my team. They're all Pacific. So we're gonna have to schedule it back quite a few weeks just so that we can like plan ahead of time so that everyone's like on the same page about what time they should
Yeah,
be
it's
on.
hard. You have to like pretty much do something like 3 p.m. or noon.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the Misery versus Tom Kinch line cooks. I'll let hand this one over to you two because I think I have a little bit of favoritism.
Okay, but like I'm the only person who's not on that team, so
Yeah, that's you keep forgetting. I'm part of the TLC gang.
I'm not
So that
forgetting. I just wanted to keep it on the down low.
I
I
haven't
see.
I haven't seen any of you guys like play together really, and I also haven't seen the other team play, so I'm just gonna support my friends on TLC and say that they got this.
We do got
I am
this.
shaking in my boots. Uh,
Fingers crossed. Though.
yeah, they came in and they came in here to play hard. So we'll just put it in that one. Uh, then we have Goon Squad Blue versus TSI. Um, I guess like we gotten
Right.
to the point that the top and the bottom have separated. And what do you think like a team needs to do to close the distance and knock down Word Seekers or knock down Goon
Apparently
Squad
get a
Blue?
new
Like what's it take?
apparently getting a new jungler. I don't know.
Oy.
No, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. But honestly, just more play time together. I think is a team getting used to each other and how each other plays and working things out.
I think that's what most of the teams lack currently. Even it even shows with Infernium Goon Squad Blue. there are some mistakes that happen. For example, I can remember on the Goon Squad clash between white and blue, it was stomp back to back to back. So that just shows that people make mistakes and they cannot recognize as a team how to come back. So I think this goes for the whole league. People just need to get comfortable with each other and figure out team dynamics, and then we'll get more close games between each other.
Yeah, like this isn't just solo queue. Like as a 5-man squad, you're all in a voice comm together. And what do those comms look like? Are they like? It can't just be missing pings all over the map. So you got to
I
figure
think
out how to that communication piece.
well, I think it depends on your team, right? Like if you have fish on your team, it's flaming the mid laner permanently.
I will
Wow,
not confirm
the
nor
season.
deny certain that claim.
I know from experience.
Man,
But
I should have known as soon as I opened up to this team captains would just take an opportunity to flame one player in the league.
no, it's not me flaming him. Like, listen, man, I love Fish. He's my homie. But like, it's kind of the thing. He knows. He knows he yells at me.
I mean, he's not even hiding it on the Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. We're gonna be wrapping up here. Y'all let me down. I have the one question, which is from Yellow Goon. What are you smoking? Um,
What are you
not
smoking?
a lot of uh, involvement here with chat. So next week I'll be going over lower division. Just because that has been happening. We gave lower division 2 weeks to get their week 1 games in, just because it started so late and there's just so much movement. Like we had teams forming literally on the last day before it closed. So we want to give those rosters some time to get communication, get scheduling together. So next week we'll be talking all things lower division. Um, and that is it. That is a wrap. Our jester Sinja, you guys, Sinja, what's your favorite champion?
Favorite champion? I
Favorite
think that's
champion.
kind of obvious.
Hmm.
Katarina.
Like, who could have seen that one coming? And by the same token, I think if you know me, you'll know what my favorite champion is.
It's
Aphelios,
Aphelios,
But
isn't it?
right?
yes, but here's the thing, because we might not be here by the time she releases, and it's gonna release on the weekend on the Tournament of Champions, yeah?
No,
What do you
Briar will
think?
not be able to be
Blair?
used.
Briar will not be
Briar.
enabled?
I don't think they're gonna allow Briar in that in like a setting like that when she's just got released. Same thing happened for Nefiri when she came around during playoffs last season.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I
So
think like when we get to playoffs, it will be allowed. But it's that initial release and letting it kind of land. It's the same thing that competitive does. It's what we did with Nefiri for season 1.
Yeah.
all right, but
I've been disappointed in
my,
my lack of Nefiri. To all the players listening, all the mid laners, wink wink. I've been disappointed with the lack of Nefiri in this league.
Nah, don't
my
worry, bro.
my point still stands. What do you think about the new champ?
Oh,
Maybe
bro,
not in the competitive sense, since she won't be enabled, but in general, her kit, her
In
aesthetic.
general, the Warwick rework is pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, this new Warwick rework that just dropped, pre-fire.
True.
I just
What
like
ab-
I like that the ultimate is like Ash ult, but attach a champion to it.
Yeah. Warwick ult.
Like, because we didn't like we have Warwick, we have a skirmisher with it, we have Ash and AD carry with it, and now there's a mage with it. Like what?
I don't know. The champ just looks giga broken. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like League is
Like,
gonna get terrorized by this vampire for quite
yeah.
the
This looks
months
like
to come.
this looks like Aphelios release 2.0.
We'll see. I think Poppy rises up. Anybody listening, try to pick up Poppy. That dash block is gonna be so broken and so strong.
Don't tell people to play Poppy, man. Come on.
Don't or play Vex, the other punish you for dashing champion. There's not multiple of these, but well,
Just tell them to play Talia too, I guess. Whatever.
the list goes on and on. But already, we will wrap it up for this week. Thank you, Sinja, for joining me. Thank you, RJ, our Jester, for being here. Kind of last minute too. And to everybody listening, I will be talking with you guys next week. See you guys. Okay, bye.